Hello, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
So glad that you've joined us, and would you please make Cathy Cauble welcome? Come on, just send her up some hearts. Will you do it? Can you say hello to everybody?
Hello, everybody.
She said, I'm nervous, but you know what? She's going to do great.
Yes.
We were in Branson last week. We had like 30 with us on the trip.
Yeah.
And Cathy was riding back on the shuttle, and we happened to be right across from her. And we were going up these high hills.
Yeah, very hilly, and very windy with
That's
the road we were
right.
on.
And all of a sudden, she started telling this story, and my mind started
Triggered a
rolling. I said,
memory.
yeah, we have got a story here. So the name of our devotion today is called Beyond Expectations. So what does that mean when we say beyond expectations?
It's much more and much better than we expected.
That's right. So man, let me tell you something. Our hopes are up.
Right, yes.
Is that right?
Right.
You got your hopes up, didn't you, for something? She really got her hopes up. So, but you got to get your hopes up to have those expectations just go way beyond you. And when we say hopes up, this is what it means.
It's to get excited at the prospects of something happening.
You were very excited. I know you can't wait to hear this story. So this is what that means.
It's to look forward to with desire, expectation, and reasonable confidence.
And sometimes we'll hear this. Now, don't get your hopes up. Because why do they say that? Why do they say don't get your hopes up?
Because sometimes what you're hoping for, you don't get.
Right. And then maybe it won't hurt so bad.
Right.
That's right. So they say don't get your hopes
Right.
up. But now that's different with God. And we're going to go into that. So Psalms 119 and 16, we're going to get some word in there first. I love the word. It says this.
Uphold me according to your word, that I may live, and do not let me be ashamed of my hope.
Don't let me be ashamed of my hope, Lord. Okay. So now, Cathy, there was a time that I'm telling you, you really got your hopes up and you went through all it took to make this happen. So you tell us the story. What happened really loud?
Well, we got a card in the mail saying that we would win a prize if we went to Caulfield, Missouri to a timeshare meeting.
How far was
Yes,
that?
where's Caulfield?
Oh, goodness. It was farther than Branson.
Okay, so over 5 hours.
Yes, and hills like you wouldn't believe. We'd get to the top of the hill. There was no side railing.
Oh, no.
You could see far down.
Now tell me, what was the drawing point? Because now you weren't married very long, right?
Almost 3 years.
Oh,
and
almost 3 years.
And we had a baby.
Had a baby. But why did you make this trip? Was there something that you were hoping for?
Well, it said we could win a diamond or a steak knife set, and I can't remember what the other thing was.
It really got your attention.
But yes. But then when we got there, it was a little beat up.
Okay, wait. We're going to draw this out. We're going to draw this out a minute. So now the roads are winding,
Yes.
and there's no guardrails. She cleared that
No
up.
guardrail.
The hills they're steep.
Yes.
Very.
Now, what if another car was coming?
We were scared.
Oh, I bet.
You were scared. But
Because we hug over on our side as far as we could go.
Oh,
my.
and you weren't in your car, right?
No, we borrowed my mom and dad's car.
This is serious now.
Yes.
She had her mind set on the goal that was ahead, that diamond necklace. Okay?
Right,
So tell what happened when you got there. Was this beautiful hotel that they put you in?
No.
Tell me about it.
It was an old camper that was probably 30 years old. It was small. The heater didn't work. We had to keep it warm for the baby by putting the stove on.
Oh, no.
Oh my goodness.
And it just wasn't what we expected.
Okay, so now the next day you were so excited though because you had a prize waiting at the end of
Yes.
this demonstration or this timeshare, right?
Right.
So tell me about. Did you enjoy that presentation of the timeshare?
No. It was cold.
And you weren't too impressed, huh?
No.
But it's time. They kept their word, right?
Right.
And so, what did you get?
I got a gold necklace with a diamond in it that looked like it came out of a gumball. It was not what we expected.
Oh my goodness! So, what color was it? Was it?
It was green. It was a green diamond.
Not because it was like a emerald green, but it was covered.
Yes.
Like
It looked like it was about the size of a piece of nerd candy. It was in a little gold ball that looked like
A cage?
a bird cage.
Oh my goodness. And what was show them your countenance when you saw that diamond. Was it beyond your expectations?
I looked at my husband and said, no timeshare for sure.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you feel like that the trip was worthwhile?
No. It was like we were cheated.
Okay, now, but the first thing, you said, I've got a diamond though, so I'm going to take it to the
Stay
jewelry
positive.
store. Yeah, we got to keep this
Yes.
positive. Don't want to feel like it's a wasted trip. It was actually way beyond your expectations in a negative sort of way.
Right.
But you took it to a jewelry store.
Yes.
And what happened?
Well, he told me it was a real diamond, but by the time they would chip the green away, it probably would only be worth 50 cents.
5 hours for 50 cents, right? 50 cents
Right.
diamond. Now, that is something. So when you got home, how did you deal with that? Well,
right, because we looked at each other and said if we had got the knife set, it would have probably been better.
you could have made him some supper, right?
Yes.
Now, so then what happens when your hopes are up and you get let down? Now, I'm speaking to some of you that you've had your hopes built up and you've gotten let down. And,
Right.
a story comes to me right now, something that happened to me. And you know what? I've never told this story until right now, but it's coming in my mind. I'm going to tell it. A few years ago, we were at a church, and there was a man that came in, and he was actually a well-known Christian artist. And he offered me a record label. Well, I thought, oh my
Wow,
goodness,
yeah.
what? And he said, I need you to go home and write 10 songs. I spent the next couple months, because it was a time we were going to meet, writing songs, guys, heart and
Wow,
soul,
yeah.
writing these songs, getting up, just Lord, just worshiping and crying. Of course, that was not wasted.
Right.
That was not lost. And so when it came time to go to where they were at, I couldn't find them anywhere.
Oh,
I could not find them.
no.
And so my hope was, now Proverbs 13 and 12 says,
Hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a dream fulfilled is a tree of life.
now I didn't understand that, so deferred means this.
It's delayed or withheld for a certain time.
Now, it may not be denied, it may be just delayed, okay? What you're hoping for. And of course, you got beyond that. Now, you've been married many years, and,
Yes.
and so she's going to share with you things that went beyond her expectation after that. But now, when your hope is delayed, it's deferred. It makes us sick. Would you feel sick about that for a minute?
I was upset, yes,
Yeah,
because it was like a kid at Christmas time wanting something and they
Right.
don't get it.
Right.
That's right.
So-
That's right. But you know what? In His Word, He teaches us you don't give up hope. And this is what you do.
You get your hopes back up.
Come on, get your hopes back
Yes.
up. Did you get your hopes back up?
Yes.
Because there was more things that the Lord gave you to hope for.
That's right.
Right? You don't let it go. Psalm 62, 5 and 6 says,
Let all that I am wait quietly before God, for my hope is in Him. He alone is my rock and my salvation, my fortress where I will not be shaken.
so sometimes we can get our hopes in people. And that's what
Yes.
happened to you, right? You got hopes in the thing that was going to maybe be a little treasure to you.
Yeah.
But oftentimes, would you say that people can let you down?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? God said, he will never let you down. He will never fail you. And so He's saying, you wait quietly before me because I'm not going to fail you. But you got to get your hopes back up. So again, right after that, I thought, that kind of let me down a little bit because I spent all that time, just like you did spend all that time traveling,
Yes.
Yeah.
for that thing that you had hoped for. And do you know, right after that, the Lord dropped in my spirit that very year that I was to write a book.
Wow.
And so I didn't even plan on that, No, not at all. It was not in my radar.
Wow.
And then after that, I recorded a piano CD. So it didn't matter what I thought was right, and I was
Right.
following what someone else told me to do or offered me to do, and I thought this would be pretty cool, but it wasn't what God had for me. And so, you know what you've got to do, though? He said, I need you to begin to expect.
Yes.
Not from everybody else, but begin to expect from me. So this is what expectation means.
It's in Hebrew, it's a cord attached to bond together, to look patiently, and to wait for it.
So it's a cord that is attached. Can you explain that, Kathy? If you see that God is saying there's a cord, I need, just like this is coming to me right now, the umbilical cord, that's attached to the mother.
And the baby,
that, what does it do for her?
It feeds the baby.
Yeah.
It nourishes and feeds the baby, but that cord is tied to what's going to feed her. To who's going to feed her. And that's what our hope is. It's referred to as that cord of hope. And so he said you need to look patiently and wait for it. Romans 8:25 says,
but if we look forward to something we don't yet have, we must wait patiently and confidently.
Confidently. Now, were you confident, Cathy, of what was going to happen?
Oh, yeah.
But again,
We were let down.
They were let down. Confidence is this.
In Greek, it's freedom from doubt.
So when God is saying, I need you to be free from doubt, Cathy, I want you to tell a time when maybe you had a lot of doubt because of maybe some other things that let you down. Okay, can you think of something that, the times that you had doubt? We all experience it, don't we? That we have to shake it off?
Well, it was when I had a job and I thought I was going to be getting a promotion because I heard him talking about it, but then somebody that had been off work for a while, they ended up getting a promotion.
Oh, that's another good story. That's another. Now, look, she's laughing about it now. Did you laugh about it then?
No, I was upset, but then I thought, well, maybe it wasn't my time yet.
Wow.
That's right.
And that's just what we read.
Right,
that
to wait patiently.
It's to wait patiently, that's delayed right now. It's not denied.
Right.
And God gave you something better, didn't he?
Yes, I was able to quit work.
That's right. That's the goal, right?
Wait. She said it's better. She was able to quit work. Okay, that's even better, right? Because your husband provides well for you, and
and I started getting grandbabies. So I got to watch them instead of
no work.
Right. So
beyond expectations. That was beyond your expectation,
it was.
Wasn't it?
Wow.
It was.
And God is saying, you talk about promotion. I'm getting ready to promote you to a level that you haven't even tapped into yet. It hasn't even entered your mind yet. So Philippians 1:20 says,
for I fully expect and hope that I will never be ashamed, but that I will continue to be bold for Christ as I've been in the past. And I trust that my life will bring honor to Christ whether I live or die.
Wow. And so that's the attitude. You laugh it off, didn't you?
Yeah.
And she's still laughing about it. She had us laughing. So here's what he said. Here's what's going to happen. When you fully hope in the Lord, not in people. Psalm 5:3 says,
my voice you shall hear in the morning, O Lord, in the morning I will direct it to you and I will look up.
So look up means this.
It's to peer into the distance and wait with expectation.
Think about that. So he said, you're going to hear my voice in the morning. Can I ask you a question? Does God hear your voice in the morning?
Yes.
In prayer. It's the first thing. And so he said, I'm going to pray. I'm going to direct my prayer to you, Lord. And then I'm going to look up. So I'm going to peer into the distance. Look at the distance behind us. I'm going to peer into the distance with expectation.
Yes.
And so here's things that happen. Then things happen beyond your expectation. I got this written down, but I don't know if we're going to say it or not. So, I'll say this. Jonathan, our son, I meant to pick it up. He bought a whisk, and he thought it was just going to be about this big. When he got it, guys, it was bigger than this screen. I'm not exaggerating.
Oh my goodness.
It was this big, and so it was beyond his expectation. Our daughter bought a wallet, and she ordered it online, and she thought it was going to be this big, but it was even bigger than her purse, guys. It was bigger than her purse. And so God is saying, what I've got for you, there's not even room enough for you to carry it, right? It's going to flood over from you so you can share with others. I love that. Here's something else that went way beyond your expectation. You said you went to pick a layaway out because now your hope is in the Lord, not in things and not in people, but you went to do something and you found out something. Tell us about it.
When I went to pick my layaway up for the grandkids for Christmas, somebody had paid for my layaway.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Guys, can you feel her heart right now? She's still in tears about that. How long ago has that been?
10 years.
10 years, and it's still just like it happened yesterday. It touches her heart just as she has, because now her hope is in the Lord, and God's saying, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do for you today. I mean, he loves surprises. Jasmine, what about you? I know you've had some things that have happened to you, beyond your expectation,
yes.
or maybe something again. Maybe you
that
expected
wasn't.
something.
I think as far as things, I had one little letdown. It was on my own behalf. I love to bake, and I was baking something, and my family knows. It's been a couple years past now, and my dad especially, he really hypes me up about when I bake something. So I was expecting this is going to be good. It's a new recipe, and it comes out, and I forgot the eggs. I forgot to put eggs in, which is a key ingredient to. And I've baked it like it was new, but you put eggs in everything, but I just had left it out. So it came out, and like he's the first, and I usually try it too, but I felt good. It was gonna taste good, so I give it to him to taste it, and it was terrible. And his reaction, I felt awful. He felt bad because I felt terrible because it wasn't good, but it was not what he expected it to be.
Right, and so his hopes were up, and he couldn't wait to taste those cookies. But you know what? It lacked the eggs, which brings everything else together.
That's right.
And when we hope in the Lord, everything else comes together. I'm telling you, he said, don't be ashamed of your hope. Romans 15:13 says,
I pray that God, the source of hope, will fill you completely with joy and peace because you trust in him. Then you will overflow with confident hope through the power of the Holy Spirit.
I love that. The Lord gave me an acrostic years ago on hope, and this is what it says.
Hung on pure expectation.
Hung on pure expectation, just like that rope. You're hanging on to that rope. So pure pure there means
it's not mixed with anything else.
See, it's not mixed with anything else like doubt.
Yes.
Okay, we can't, confidence, remember, is freedom from doubt, and faith and doubt do not mix together. You got to have that key ingredient, don't you?
Yes.
And that is faith. Hope, remember? I'm telling you that without it, God is saying you got to get your hopes up. You got to get those hopes right back up. Romans 12:12 says,
be patient in hope. Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer.
I'm going to let her say it one more time. It's worth repeating.
Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, and faithful in prayer.
You know, we don't like that, be patient in affliction.
No.
Have you gone through some affliction or trouble in your life? Okay, did you have to, and he brought you through, because I'm telling you guys, whatever he doesn't keep you from, he takes you through.
Yes.
He really does. So you got to get your hopes up. You got to get your hopes right back up. God is, he is there for you. So he's saying you be patient in this time. Don't stop praying. Be faithful in prayer. And so I'm going to tell you today that God is for you, but he's saying, don't expect anything. You know, if we waver and we doubt, it's like the waves of the sea. They're just tossed to and fro.
That's right.
And he said, don't let that man think he will receive anything from God. And so we say, God, just, you know, my hope is in you. My hope is in you. Uphold me according to your word that I might live, and let me not be ashamed of my hope. And I love this, and you can quote it, Jasmine, I know, Ephesians 3:20. Now unto him,
yes,
who is able to do what?
Exceedingly and abundantly above all that you can ask or think.
According to the power that works where in us? Works where, Cathy? I gave her the answer.
Within us.
It works within us. So he's saying it's beyond. I mean, you haven't even thought big enough of what I've got in store for you.
Yes.
But you got to get that rope of hope. You got to keep your hopes up, not in man, not in things, but in me, is what he's saying. So Cathy, I'm going to ask that you lead us in prayer today. And this is a woman that's sitting here right now that knows what it's like to have her hopes let down, but she got her hopes right back up.
That's right.
And God has come through for her over and over and over. She came up for prayer. She came up during the praise and worship not long ago during the song Rattle.
Oh.
And God answered 2 prayers in 2 days that she had brought
Wow.
before the Lord at the altar. God answered it. It was beyond your expectation, wasn't it?
Yes.
All right, I want you to lead us in prayer today, would you?
Dear Lord, thank you for bringing us together. We're like a rough diamond. You chisel us to make us to who you want us to be.
Thank you, Jesus.
And we need to focus and put all of our hope in you instead of the world and stars and everything else. And we just ask that if somebody has been let down, show them that you can bring them up. And we ask this in your name. Amen.
Amen.
That is so good.
Yes.
I feel that, guys, we're sitting right beside her, and I feel chills go all through my body.
Yes.
It's for real. Listen, thank you for spending time with us today. God loves you. We love you, and have a great rest of your day, okay?
Bye,
All right,
everyone.
bye-bye.
Bye.